So we have seen that cloud is a business model for the delivery of remote services over internet, and cloud has 5 essential characteristics, 4 deployment models and 3 service models. So depending upon how cloud services are delivered to the users, there are mainly 3 cloud service models: IaaS Infrastructure as a Service, PaaS Platform as a Service, and SaaS Software as a Service. The client can choose one among these service models depending on how much he can manage himself or how much he wants to manage himself and how much he wants his service provider to manage for him. Assume that we need to develop and host a web application. Suppose we need to develop and host a unique web-based inventory management application for a store with multiple branches and multiple warehouses at different locations. For that, we purchased servers with enough resources, enough computing, storage, and networking resources. And to have a better utilization of these resources, we virtualized them. So on top of the hardware, we established a virtualization layer. And on top of it, we installed the operating system. And on top of it, we installed all the environments and tools required for developing, testing, and running the application. Then we made use of our programmers to develop the application, and finally we deployed the application. Or else if we are not developing it, suppose we deployed an existing application. So this is the traditional on-premise method. Here we did not make use of any cloud service. So we made a significant investment of time, money, and effort for all these. But it's not over. Along with handling the business on the way, we should handle the application and data. We should maintain and manage our application and data. Also, we should maintain and manage the platform which is required for hosting the application. We should maintain and manage all the softwares and tools by taking care of their security, upgrades, and so on. And moreover, we should maintain and manage the infrastructure underlying. So if we consider just this infrastructure, we made an initial investment in purchasing these resources. Now we need to maintain and manage them. We should find space to house them, supply power and cooling, should take care of the virtualization, should take care of the backup, security, load balancing, and moreover scaling. Suppose there was additional load than we expected, we ourselves should purchase and add more resources. Thus, if we need to minimize the responsibilities with respect to this infrastructure, we can purchase just this infrastructure as a service from cloud. In cloud computing, the resources, the storage, computing, and networking resources are physically kept and managed by the cloud service provider via virtualization technology. And these resources, usually the virtualized resources, are provided as service to the users. Now we can install operating system of our choice. We can install all the environments and tools of our choice for developing, testing, and running the application. We can develop and deploy the application, else we can deploy an existing application. And on the way, we should maintain our application and data, and we should maintain our platform for hosting that application. And we will have control over the infrastructure, but we need not bother anything about physically managing this infrastructure. The infrastructure will be physically managed by the cloud service provider. The resources will be kept in a well-equipped data center. Backup, security, power, cooling, reliability, redundancy, load balancing, fault tolerance, scaling up and down of the resources. All these features are either automatically done or are easily configurable from a service portal. So compared to the on-premise model, here the responsibilities are less and we will have control over the infrastructure, but the overall control is less. In on-premise model, we have complete control over the entire hardware and software. Compared to on-premise model, the control and flexibility in infrastructure as a service is less, but compared to the other two service model, PaaS and SaaS, here the control and flexibility is more. And the responsibilities are less compared to the on-premise model, but compared to the other two service model, here we have the greatest responsibility. From operating system layer onwards, everything is our responsibility. And compared to the on-premise model, here we have cost benefit. Here in the beginning itself, we need not purchase and procure all the resources in advance. We need not pay the workforce for physically managing the infrastructure. And also here we need to pay only for how much resources we use and how long we use. On the way, if the load increases, we can easily scale up the resources by paying for them. And on the way, if the load decreases, we can easily release the resources and then we need not pay for them. And cloud is a shared and multi-tenant architecture. Here the resources are virtualized and shared between different users. And because of this multi-tenant architecture, we can achieve this cost effectiveness, scalability, and rapid elasticity. And here there can be security and privacy concerns, but it's extremely rare. An example for a leading IaaS service provider is AWS EC2.